It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Thursday, April 26, 2018. It is 7 a.m. and welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Jerry Callis. Scott Callis,
Whoa.
Jerry Hogan.
Whoa.
Hey, take 2.
Where
Back
did
up.
that come from?
Good morning.
What's in my coffee today?
Yesterday,
Did you spike the coffee?
Hey, that's not Brewed Awakening. That's Slap Upside the Head Awakening is what that is.
And Bruce Emerson's down here. How you doing, Bruce?
Hey, good morning.
I would dilute your coffee a little bit.
Woke you guys up, didn't I? That's terrible.
That
Scooter
is
Callis,
terrible.
Jerry Hogan, Bruce Emerson. All right.
That is terrible.
That's terrible.
I mean, not saying anything bad.
Now you got to
Jerry.
call
I
him.
don't know.
You have to
That's
say
both
Brother
of us.
Jerry from now
Hey, I
on.
may have to bring back that radio joke. You better watch it.
Yeah, I better watch. Good morning, everybody. We're enjoying Brewed Awakening Coffee, hoping you're doing the same thing. 3 locations to serve you in Mountain Home, Bomber Boulevard, BRMC Lobby, and 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness. Best coffee in town is Brewed Awakening. I need to go get some cinnamon rolls.
Yes.
And you didn't this morning. That's why
Well,
I'm here.
I should have.
Dale,
I just didn't,
I'm disappointed. I'm let down.
Well, next time.
Here comes the radio joke.
He's
Have you
he's
had
gonna
you've had
tell
one of
that
those
radio
before?
joke.
Haven't
Yes, I have. That's why I'm here.
you? I should have brought cinnamon.
You should
Rats.
have brought some.
Maybe. Well, Mike's busy down at Bomber Boulevard.
Mike, if you're watching, we need
We need
cinnamon
cinnamon
rolls.
rolls.
Cinnamon
real
rolls.
bad.
We want cinnamon roll.
He put a special
You want me-
emergency light to
You want me
deliver.
to patch him in? We can call
We
him.
can patch him in. There you go. Brewed Awakening Coffee. You're not drinking Brewed Awakening coffee, just drinking muddy water. The best coffee in town is Brewed Awakening, with 3 locations to serve you. And, of course, Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. What else can we say? With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes of North Central Arkansas and the whole state of Arkansas, bringing morning prayer each and every day. When the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. What else can we add to that?
Just great bunch of people. You ever get a chance to go in and talk to them? And I know you people don't just want to go into a funeral
Gee, I'll go
home and
shopping for a
hang
funeral
out,
home today,
but
yeah.
but and you say that you don't need to shop, but you need to
You need to know what's
plan.
out there. Yeah.
If not, one of your loved ones are going to have to do it in a really bad situation in their life. So you might as well plan it out yourself and get it the way you want it done. And
Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, human life, so precious yet so fragile, and how blessed we are by you to have children that mature into adults. Yet we have those that abuse children. The abuse can be in so many different ways. Then the abortion issue. How much more abuse is there to a human life than to remove a baby from its safest location before birth? Lord, we are an abusive, mean society, maybe because we've expelled God and Jesus Christ from our society. And Lord, my question is, will we ever learn? Lord, I pray today that you teach us your ways, and that's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral
Amen.
Homes of Arkansas bring morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. And Gregg Farm Services brings you the weather. Gregg Farm Services on the farm, around the home, and in the community. And you can go to greggfarmservices.com and follow along if you like. The 10, 20, 30 sale on handheld tools. You can click for details right here. The Husqvarna sale, 10, 20, 30% off. You can go in the store and check them out for details. All kinds of good tools available there at great discounted prices. And then,
I think we got somebody on tomorrow from.
yeah, I think they're going to be here
Service.
tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see what else. Oh, looky here. You got Husqvarna tractors. You got the Cub Cadets. You got the X-Mark push style. Financing available. Midway Store, 481-5165. Power Shop, 481-5226. Mountain Home Power Shop 2, 870-701-5171. Go to greggfarmservices.com and you can check all of these things out. Great prices on everything. Miracle Grow with a mail-in rebate, $3.50 final cost. Scott's Topsoil, $1.99 for 3/4 cubic foot. Straw bale still available. You've got hummingbird feeders. You got the honeycomb wasp trap, and all kinds of good things going on. And don't forget, down here on this page right here, you can click on current specials. You click right there, and there's everything they got on special for the month of April. Better hurry. This is the 26th. We only got 4 more days left, so you need to hurry on over to Gregg Farm Services. Morning weather brought to you by Greg Farm Services. 50 degrees in Mountain Home, 49 in Harrison, 54 at Hardy, 54 at Mountain View, 51 at Yellow. You're quiet over there.
Me?
Yeah, you.
It's the 87th day of February. Is that snow
That's
coming across
about
that
right.
map?
Yeah, yeah. 54 at Marshall, 50 at Calico, 51 in St. Louis, 55 at Poplar Bluff. It's only 48 at Branson, 50 at West Plains, and it hit the freezing mark at Watford City, North Dakota.
I'm
Well, they
telling you,
deserve
I'm
it.
telling you,
They're
I
up
told you
there.
it was snow.
They're
I
up
told
there.
you.
Yeah. Wow, 32.
I got green beans and corn sticking up.
Really?
I checked it day before yesterday. It broke ground. It may freeze, but I got beans coming up.
I hope it don't freeze. Boy, I was over. Bruce was over. I went over to Nashville for the antique radio swap meet, and that's where we got that radio sitting behind you there. And over around Dyersburg, Tennessee, between Dyersburg, Tennessee, you come back west towards Mississippi River. Beautiful green crops already starting in over there. Apparently, they've had some warmer temperatures over there in western Tennessee. On the radar, speaking of western Tennessee, that's most of where the shower activity is. Other than that, in Georgia and Alabama, I'm going to try hitting that Memphis. I'm going to go to Jackson radar, I guess that is. You know, that's the Columbus Air Force Base. You see Jackson, Tennessee. You see down into Huntsville, Alabama, and portions Mississippi, all the way over to Memphis, where the main part of that rain is. Hit the Nashville stop there. You ready, Scoot? Here we go.
I'm born ready.
Oh, I heard that.
I'm waiting on you.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that computer. Whew, sure is wet where I was Saturday. From Chattanooga to Nashville, all the way back to Jackson, Tennessee, I-24, I-65, Interstate 840, 440, and 40. All wet right now in Tennessee if you're heading that way. Going to hit that Little Rock stop and see what we got in Arkansas. Eastern Arkansas, Jonesboro to the east, Mississippi River, then spotted showers around that part from Batesville to Jonesboro. Other than that, all the highways seem to be clear. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, and Interstate 155 up there outside of Kennett, Missouri. I don't think much over there. Interstate 555 now at Jonesboro getting a little bit of water.
Scooter, you need to get you a live feed from up on the mountain at Rock City down there in southern Tennessee. That big old, you get you a live shot. You can see till your eyes hurt.
Where's that at?
That's Rock City, where you ride the tram up and down the side of the mountain over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there
That'd
you go.
be fun.
Yeah.
There you go.
Springfield, Missouri radar. I-44, I-70 look good from Rolla, Jeff City, Joplin, Springfield, KC.
The whole thing looks fine.
Pretty much clear all the way to Mexico. Let's just leave
Mexico.
it at that.
Here we go with Mexico. He's got some
He's got something
fascination
on
with
that.
Mexico.
Well,
that
look at that. It's clear here. It's clear there.
What's
it's
our
just
forecast
clear
look like?
everywhere, man.
Well, I was watching Channel 3 last night, and I think it's supposed to clear out. Let me hit Baxter County right here.
It's supposed to actually start warming up. Maybe
That's
we'll
what
leave
I thought.
February. I don't know.
Yeah, it's about time. I heard that.
This may actually be a good forecast.
Well, let's see.
Spring forecast.
For today, high of 68, mostly cloudy. Tonight, 47 degrees. Friday, sunny, 71. Saturday, sunny, 72. Sunday, sunny, 70. Monday, mostly sunny, high of 77. How's that?
I can live with
That's
that.
spring.
There you go. That'll make a corn jump out of the ground.
There you go.
I'll be
We
happy
do-
with that. I'm shooting for corn on 4th of July. Don't know if I'll make it, but that's what I'm shooting for.
Boy, hope you get it. There you go. It's going to be, once we get rid of these clouds, it warms up a little bit. Looks like it's going to be, spring finally gets here the last week of April. Wow.
We're ready for it.
I'm
though.
ready.
We want to thank Greg Farm Services for bringing us this wonderful weather. Because apparently Mother Nature's got it all messed up.
Mother Nature needs it reset or reboot. Anyway, Jerry, what you got going on around the
All right.
corner,
This
sir?
community calendar brought to you by BRMC. Get on out there. Today's the last day at the Baxter County Fairgrounds for the 2018 Health Fair and Expo. You can go out there and get your blood tested and your eyesight checked, your hearing, your heart.
Did you go through it yesterday?
Yeah.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Well, they didn't have a dollar sign in front of them. I only understand the dollar sign. But get on out there today. I think it goes till noon. And everything is happening on the 28th, so I'm just going to roll through it. Confederate Memorial Service, Saturday 10 a.m. at the Mountain Home Cemetery. They're going to get out there and take care of the Confederate graves. It's a good deal. April 28th, all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast. Allie White American Legion Post 52 starts at 7:30 a.m. and they do a lot of good things for the community. April 28th, Legion Baseball sign-ups. It's $350 to get registered. That includes your uniform, travel, lodging, everything you'll need for the 2018 season. That's at the Locker Room in Mountain Home. And go over here.
Well, you got a bunch.
Oh, there's more than this. I had to cut it back about half. Marion County Regional Airport. I almost said export, thinking of Mexico again. Marion County Regional Airport, Flippin, Arkansas. The Air Expo 2018. There's going to be vintage military, medical, civilian, law enforcement aircraft. Aircraft rides, vendors, flyovers, smokehouse. Gates open at 9 a.m. Opening ceremony at 10 a.m. And the Nick Reed Band will be there 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So
It'll be a fun day.
sounds like a very good fun day.
All right.
That's about it.
All right. Well, coming up, Bruce, you want to tell us about the folks coming in on the set here in a minute?
Well, yes, sir. Thank you for having us on. I became aware of a program in the state of Arkansas. It's not just here regionally, but Child Care Aware. You know, especially in our area, excuse me, we're economically depressed to a degree. I mean, let's just call it like it is. We've got opportunity in this area, I feel like, that we can promote and educate, and that's the biggest thing for me, is to educate. We're dealing with our biggest resource, our most precious resource, and that's the children and young people in our community. And these ladies that are going to be up, I've met and become acquainted with them, and absolute just some of the best resources that we can find to help early childhood development, recognition where help can be had, and promoting, you know, what to do if you find yourself in a situation, whatever it might be, whatever the circumstances are. You know, it's tough to wake up one morning, and it's not just waking up one morning and finding it. It's a process that goes through, but nonetheless, you wake up, you find yourself in a situation, and how do you deal? How do you handle what's placed in front of you on a day-to-day basis? And so the unfortunate thing is we have children in our midst, and our most precious resource. And these ladies coming up have got programs to help, and educational tools that helps early childhood development, and education. You know, the push in Arkansas is education, and rightly so. But we can look at early childhood and help with the educational process, the development, and if we can get in the children's lives early in their childhood, we can develop and we can help them. And that's what this program is about, Child Care Aware.
Good. Coming up right after the break. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
Life is too short to wear boring clothes. Welcome to Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique, where we carry the latest trends and fashions and accessories at prices anyone can enjoy. Feel beautiful while looking fabulous with a large range of fashions that fits anyone's sense of style. You're sure to discover something unique and new at every visit. Shabby to Chic also features 12 professional stylists, aesthetics by Amy J, a nail technician, and 4 tanning beds. Excite your style at Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique in Mountain Home.
With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support, and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
You already know that Ferris mowers are the only mowers on the market with a patented spring suspension system, saving you time in the seat, less back stress, and a professional even cut every time. You already know that Mower Warehouse is the only area dealership that will accept your mower trade-in. But did you know that a truckload of discounted 2017 models just arrived at Mower Warehouse, allowing you the pleasure of saving hundreds of dollars on your next mower purchase of a new Ferris or Simplicity zero-turn machine? Come check out the parking lot sale at Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
More than just propane, Reeves Propane provides you full-service propane delivery as well as tank and piping installation. We are your dependable choice, offering the very best in personal service with on-time deliveries and competitive prices. Reeves Propane also sells and installs tankless water heaters and appliances and can even convert your gas cook stove to liquid propane. So no need to fuss and cuss about bad service. Call us at Reeves Propane. We greatly appreciate your business, and God bless.
7:17, we want to welcome Child Care Aware and take it away. We've got all kinds of things here in the set, so we want to focus as much time as possible on this program. So take it away. And feel free just to grab the mics and move them however. So,
all right,
you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Debbie Webb, and I'm the Program Director for Child Care Aware of North Central Arkansas, and we serve 14 counties in North Central Arkansas. And those include Baxter, Cleburne, Conway, Faulkner, Fulton, Independence, Izard, Jackson, Marion, Searcy, Sharp, Stone, Van Buren, and White counties.
So we're the western edge.
Pretty much, yes. Yeah. Pretty much, yes. We go from Missouri all the way down to Conway, Arkansas, Faulkner County, Searcy, White County, Jackson County, Newport, and then back up to Mam Spring and up that direction. So pretty much a good chunk of the state right there.
Boy.
Marion County is the westernmost. I'm on the fringe.
You're on the fringe?
I'm on the fringe, yeah.
You're right. So today we're here to talk about several of the programs that we offer, several of the things that we do. There are 5 other, or there are 5 total agencies in the state that do what we do. And we have sister R&R agencies, and R&R stands for Resource and Referral. We're a child care resource and referral agency. And so we deal a lot with child care facilities and child care providers and those that are in the trenches daily with the children. We also work with parents that are seeking child care, and we try to help match them up with child care that will meet their needs. We work a lot with child care facilities to bring them up to a higher level of quality, and so we spend a lot of our time with that, and a lot of the different trainings that we offer are with that very purpose, is to raise quality and kind of raise the bar on the early learning experiences that children have. So
y'all stay busy.
We do, yeah. 14 counties is a lot, so we do stay pretty busy. We do a lot of different trainings. We have training. We do pre-licensing, so we help new facilities, new family child care homes that are licensed, new child care centers, faith-based. We work with Head Starts. We work with school districts. We work with for-profit, nonprofit centers. The whole
Anything
gamut.
dealing with childcare.
Anything dealing with childcare. Anything.
Is the pre-licensing, say you want to, say a person wants a home day care to take care of 4 children, the licensing process, can it be?
There's 2 processes. There's one called voluntary registration, which is if they keep 5 children or less, and then any more than 5 children, they have to be licensed in their home.
Right.
And this area used to have a lot of family child care homes, but now we have maybe 3, I think, in this hold, just in Baxter County. There's about 28 facilities in Baxter County right now. So we have several larger centers here.
Now, is the licensing, is that a lengthy process, or?
Initially, a lot of it depends on how quickly they can get all their ducks in a row and I's dotted and T's crossed. And it can take as little as 4 to 6 weeks, or if you're waiting on something structural that has to be done, can take a little bit longer. But once they do a lot of the things initially, they don't have to redo them. Then it's just a renewal after that. So and visits. So okay. So some of the other trainings that we provide, we do a lot of on nutrition and physical activity. That is. Arkansas leads, I think, pretty well up at the top with childhood obesity, so we do a lot of things in that nature. We do a lot of trainings on business management, on how to actually manage a child care facility and manage the business and staff. We do training on fundraising, grant writing, and then something called Ages and Stages that Debbie Mize is our infant and toddler specialist, and introduce Carol Crockett, who is our Conway office manager in Faulkner County. So she serves Faulkner and a lot of the counties that surround that particular county. So if you want to tell them a little bit about Ages and Stages and that screening tool and what that means.
Okay. Ages and Stages, we call it ASQ for short, is a developmental and social emotional screening tool, and you can begin screening a child as early as 1 month. And this tool goes up to their time for them to go into kindergarten. And it looks for those 5 developmental domains, any delays there, because all the research proves that if you catch those delays early, they can overcome them many times. So it's been a very successful program that we have. The state is backing that to help supply the materials because they're costly. And so we work with multiple facilities each year to supply them with that tool. And we do the social emotional piece with that as well. And because we want to take care of the whole child, not just those developmental domains, but we need that social emotional well-being as well.
Do you get help from the Department of Education in the state of Arkansas through Johnny Key's office?
Well, we work with, it's called First Connections.
Yeah.
That's the early intervention sponsored by the state. Yes.
Okay.
But as far as a lot of our funding does come from the Division of Child Care and Early Childhood Education, which is a department of, or a division within the Department of Human Services.
Oh, Human Services. Okay. Wow.
Now there are some funding that funnels through the Arkansas Better Chance, or the ABC funding does funnel through the Department of Education, and they work cooperatively with the Department of Human Services.
So I guess, when you're talking about some of this infant care and there's the overall awareness of taking care of children, you have to know who you're dealing with within a home or a daycare center. So what about the background checks?
That's one thing. We do have a referral service. So when parents call and they're looking for child care, we only refer to those that are licensed or registered. And in this state, you are required, by law, you have to go through background checks. And if you've not lived in the state more than 5 years, FBI checks. So that has been strengthened not only in our state but nationally through some legislation that was passed in the last couple of years. So that's something that parents can feel safer about when they're using regulated child care or licensed or
Boy, Bruce,
registered.
if they can't find Hillary's emails, I wonder if they can find out about us.
You get a little bit of bleach bit. This is one of the things, Dale, that one of the reasons why I was proud to be associated with this program. We all bring our children up, and we do the best we can as parents with the issues and what's presented in front of us. But this is a whole new world that has opened my eyes a little bit more and becoming more aware, and we're going to be able to see example of some of the things that we're faced with, the community. I say we, the community, and our surroundings, pretty much on a daily basis. And you look at some situations and issues, and you just kind of shake your head and you say, wow. And that's what happened with me with this program, and I'm proud to have these ladies here and talk about this. And I didn't realize the extent of what's going on here, and proud to have them here.
Thank you.
Well, one question, and I'm sure every parent has dealt with the frustration of the crying child, and we're going to have some, after the break we'll do some talking about shaking a baby, and we've got a video lined up and everything for some education there. But we were talking, I've talked with Baxter County Sheriff before, and of course the governor, on some issues on criminal activity. And has there been any, I've asked the governor, has there been any psychological tests done on repeat offenders? So is there any psychological test for people that have abused children? There's so much of it. I've worked with Into the Light Ministries, which is a human sex trafficking safe house here in the area. You've got the trafficking issues. You've got sexual abuse by stepdads and stepmom, all this stuff. Where's the psychological part of a person, of an adult, that wants to even harm a child?
Well, that's really not our focus. Our focus, that's more for your mental health type agencies and things of that nature. We're here to help people that are caring for children.
To try to avoid that.
Yes, yes. And learning begins before birth.
Yeah.
So if we can reach children early, and that's why it is so important, the brain development and all the things that happen that keep a child from growing up to have those kinds of things. Just like the screening tool that Debbie was talking about. The child's brain grows at an enormous capacity whenever they're small. If a child, and this is a wow statement, if a child grew as fast as its brain did in the first month, it would weigh 170 pounds.
Say that again?
If a child grew, if its physical body grew as fast as its brain does, after birth, at the end of the first month, it would weigh 170 pounds. So this brain development, there's all kinds of neurons that are connecting in synapses, and we've got all this research-based evidence that shows what happens to a child that is nurtured and cared for and taken care of versus one that is not. And the brains look entirely different, and it's amazing, the difference. But that's why, well, think about it. Children in Europe a lot of times speak 5 languages. All this learning and all this research has shown that all this learning begins only in prenatal, but especially from birth to 5.
Yeah.
And I like to quote a gentleman named Jack Sanders. We had a program called Success by 6, and he said success by 6 is really determined by 3. So birth to 3 are the most important years, and those are the ones a lot of people don't realize.
So the learning aspect of the child, they're like a sponge picking this up.
Absolutely.
About 85 to 90% of your brain growth happens in those first 5 years.
Really?
Do you know you was involved in synapses?
Neurons.
And this is the reason why this has impressed me so much. And I'm not in no way trying to correlate the two, but I'm a turkey farmer. And we've got a lot of turkeys in this world, but I'm a turkey farmer. The thing that I'm faced with from that aspect, and one of the things that I learned is when I get that small bird, I get it at 24 hours old and raise it from there, it will grow percentage-wise and exponentially. It will gain more weight in the first 7 to 10 days than it will the rest of its whole life. And what you that's me in my little redneck mind, just trying to do that, and I can see that. I mean, it's evident in what I do, and what you're talking about. It's even more so, and that's one of the things that we're faced with as far as early childhood development. Like I said in the morning.
7:29. Need to take a break. Scooter, how about a couple of commercials in there? I'm running low on coffee anyway. I got to go to the coffee pot. Be right back.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either a terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
Your White River Getaway starts at Cotter Trout Lodge, where you find convenient, clean, and affordable accommodations right in the heart of Cotter, Arkansas. Take advantage of the Natural State Fly Shop across the road for all your supplies and guided fly fishing needs. Countless delicious homemade menu options await to satisfy your hunger cravings at the White Sands Cafe. Your complete White River Getaway is cradled in the east arm of the historic Ruthven Rainbow Bridge at the Cotter Trout Lodge, Natural State Fly Shop, and the White Sands Cafe.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Hi, I'm Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup. If anybody needs trash service in the area, please give us a call. Arch Trash Service is veteran owned, and I've been in the local area resident for over 20 years. I'll provide a better service than the other guys and even provide front door service trash pickup for those that aren't able to take their trash to the curb. We'll also pick up almost anything and even provide free recycling. I am Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup, and please give me a call for all your trash service.
7:32 on this Thursday morning, back with Child Care Aware, and what's part 2? Where are we at?
Well, we were talking a little bit about training, and one of the trainings we've done actually in Yellville, in your area, is a safe baby training. Like I said earlier, Debbie Mize is our infant and toddler specialist, and so you want to start talking a little bit about the period of purple crying, because I know that frustrates a lot of people. They don't understand it.
I will. Period of purple crying. The purple, I want to tell you what the purple stands for. It peaks at about 2 months, and that's that we used to call colic, when the baby just cries and cries and cries. But it can last, it can start at about 1 month old, usually peaks about 2 months old, and then decreases. But it can last until a child is 5 or 6 months old. And so that's what the first P stands for. It's unexpected. We have no idea why this happens. There's no test that you can give a child, no screening to know if you're gonna have that baby that just cries and cries, or you're not. It just it's unexpected. They resist soothing. You can do everything in the world to soothe them, rock them, change them, feed them, burp them, everything, and they just will not be soothed. And they have also a pain-like face, the next P. They're not in pain. They've done some studies. There's no pain, but the face just it just hurts your heart because they look like they're in pain. It lasts for a long time. It can last anywhere from 30 minutes every day until as much as 5 hours a day. So think about those poor parents that have that child that cries and cries and cries and cries. And it usually begins in late afternoon or the evening, and it's a daily thing. It just is there. And like I said, there's no test to know what child's going to cry and what's not. You may have one, your first one may do that, your second one may not do it at all. You just can't know. You can't know. But you do everything, and before you get to that point where we go into that shaking baby or harming that baby, you just need to make sure that baby's fed, changed, everything's good, and lay them down and walk away for a few minutes. Put them in a crib where they're safe. Lay them on the, pallet on the floor, whatever, but make sure that you don't get so frustrated with that crying that you harm the child. So I think that is going to segue us into that video of shaking baby, and then I'll talk some more about that.
Good information right here.
A baby's head is relatively large and heavy, and is about 25% of the baby's total body weight. Their neck muscles are usually too weak to support their large head. If a baby or toddler is violently shaken, it takes only a few seconds to do irreversible damage to their brain or other areas of their body. An infant's brain is immature and more easily injured by shaking. The blood vessels around a baby's brain are more vulnerable to tearing, and a baby's small size also increases their risk of injury. During sudden and vigorous shaking, an infant's brain rotates and pitches in different directions within the skull cavity, which can cause a diffuse axonal injury, or DAI. This is an injury that can damage or destroy brain tissue. Blood vessels that feed the brain are torn, and this causes bleeding around the brain. Blood then pools in the skull and sometimes creates pressure and additional brain damage. Retinal bleeding in the lining of the eye is common and can lead to poor vision or even blindness. The force of shaking a child violently is much greater than if the child were to simply trip and fall. In cases of SBS, that force is repeated as the child continues to be shaken. Shaken baby syndrome can have disastrous long-term consequences. Some of these consequences may take years to develop, including a wide range of physical disabilities and behavioral disorders. Shaking a baby in anger or frustration is never the answer. Help is readily available for anyone who's at risk for harming a child. If a child is in immediate danger due to abuse or neglect, 911 should be contacted. Also, most states have a child abuse hotline, or the National Child Abuse Hotline can be contacted toll-free at 800-4-A-CHILD or 800-422-4453.
So that could actually have long-term, lifetime effects.
Absolutely. Shaken baby syndrome is a form of child abuse. And when a child is shaken violently, it can cause learning disabilities, it can cause behavior issues, vision problems or blindness, hearing and speech issues, seizures, serious brain injury, permanent disability, and can even result in death. So we are going to have an example of shaking a baby. And Mr. Bruce is going to shake our baby for us.
Let me have that child. Come to Papa.
Yeah.
Come to Papa.
Now you're a frustrated parent.
It's okay.
You're a frustrated parent.
It'll be all right. Now I said it'd be all right. I said it'd be all right.
Okay. When the lights at the back of the brain go off, that's affecting the vision. That's the first thing that's going to happen. He's still crying, Bruce.
It'd be all right.
You're still frustrated.
It'll be all right. I said, come on now. It's going to be all right.
Okay. The lights are going off in the front. You've caused damage to his cognitive processes,
And
his
still in the back
reasoning,
as well.
his emotions, and his behaviors. And if he was shaking, and you notice the child stopped crying, though, hasn't it?
It has.
That's because
numbed something.
You have created tremendous brain damage in that child.
The whole brain.
Yeah. And those are brain bleeds. Those are
Thanks,
basically
Scooter.
brain bleeds.
Did you see how quickly it happened?
And did you see how little it took?
Yeah. That wasn't.
Now
there
on
was
the
no
model,
effort.
does it show the brain? Is this how can I word it? The brain bumping the skull.
Yes.
Does it roll in there?
When we think about the developing brain, you remember this mainly happens in like 6 months in younger children when they're crying. It's like unformed jello, so it's just in the brain. So when you're shaking it, you're sloshing that ungelled jello all over the place, and you're causing tremendous damage to the brain. And we show a video in our training, and it has parents are on there and they're showing their children, and it's from mild, where maybe some eyesight problems have happened, to a parent that had a child that died from it. And so you see all the different stages and the depth of the disabilities that can happen, and it just breaks your heart because it is 100% preventable. 100% preventable.
So what we want to say is never shake a baby.
Never shake a baby.
Never.
There's between 1 and 3,000 instances of shaken baby in the United States every year, and there's probably many more that go undiagnosed from that. But again, it's 100% preventable, and the best way to prevent it is education. Hospitals should have education on shaken baby and the period of purple crying, what to expect with that newborn. You may have a baby that cries. We don't know. When you leave the hospital, you don't know if that baby's going to be a crier or not. But education is the key. New York did a real good campaign where they had a lot of education in the hospital with new parents and worked with them on it, and it cost like $10 per family. But the incidences of shaken baby dropped by 47%. Over a 3-year period. So for a very minimal investment, they made a huge difference in the lives of children and families, because once this happens, it's irreversible. And it changes the dynamics of your life forever.
So if you know someone that has a baby that just cries and cries and cries, then offer them your help. You know, that's one of the preventatives of this syndrome, is that if a person can't handle the baby crying, that they ask for help, and that they can understand that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to realize that you can't take it anymore.
But how
and
many
that you
new
need
parents
help.
say, well, I hate to ask for help because it proves I can't handle the child.
That's right. Everyone feels that way.
And it's
So,
not
okay.
not a bad baby. If they cry, it's not a bad parent because you can't deal with the crying. It's neither one of those. It's just that situation, and they do grow out of it. Usually by 5 to 6 months they'll grow out of it if you can just get through it.
Yes.
But don't be afraid to ask for help. We have brochures available to anyone that would like to contact our office, and to any child care provider out there. We have the brochures to share with parents. The training's available as well. We have DVDs, The Period of Purple Crying, that any child care facility can get access to, and they can lend it out to parents so that they can have that as well. And also, to go further into that safe baby training we also teach safe sleep, and it's called Back to Sleep, and putting the child on their back to sleep. And the research has proven that the cases of SIDS, or sudden unexplained infant death, has gone down remarkably when you lay the child on their back to sleep, because there's oftentimes the children can suffocate if they're on their tummies. You can give them tummy time when they're awake, but make sure you let them sleep on their back. So we do a lot of education with facilities that do infants and toddlers, and we give them the brochures and things to share with parents. So we try to get that information out as much as we can.
Great training. And it's important for parents to know that, because parents, especially first-time parents, they really don't know what they don't know. And so they may think that, I'm a bad parent. I used to call it the 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock frets when my children did that, and they would they would almost, without fail.
You can almost set your clock
You
by
could
it.
set your clock by the fact that they would get a little bit fretty during those times. So
and there's no
it
study
does
to
stop.
answer the question why.
That's why.
No, there's not.
But this leads to the frustration of the parents, which leads to them doing something drastic like what Bruce just demonstrated. So that's what we want to prevent.
Can we go back to the model? I've got a couple minutes here before we take a break, but I want to emphasize the brain damage. When Bruce had the model here, the lights in the on the front, the forehead area. Now, what's conducive to the front lights? What damage is that?
It's your cognitive, your being able to reason, your being able to learn.
The personality.
Your emotions, your behaviors are all damaged when that frontal lobe is affected. On the sides, when lights go off on the sides, that's all your motor skills. That's walking, arms, legs, all of your motor skills are gone. In the back, the lights in the back of the head, those are the first ones that go off, and that's your vision, because those blood vessels that go to the retina, they're the first ones to tear.
And
now,
that's
when
when
that blood vessel tears, so that means that the blood that's intended to go somewhere is not going.
Right, and you have bleeding on the brain.
Yeah, bleeding on the brain.
And
Much
swelling
like
of the brain.
Much like a stroke in an older victim, but it's brought on by the sheer immaturity of the child's brain and the texture and
Debbie touched on the older people. We see it happening in the elderly as well, because as they age, their brain starts to shrink, so you have that gap again within the skull, and it can also happen to an elderly person if they're violently shaken.
What if, I'm just trying to think of every scenario here, what if the child were to fall and hit the back of their head, or say was accidentally dropped?
You can have a bump, bruises, things like that, but consistently what happens in shaken baby is the violent shaking, because the neck muscles aren't developed. So it's that violent shaking that does it. Now, you can toss a baby in the air and catch it. That's fine. You can ride a horse with a baby. You can ride a bicycle with a baby. Those things are not going to cause the characteristics of shaken baby. And so when they do autopsies, they have doctors that are very
So this is
familiar with
basically
this.
severe whiplash.
Yeah.
And
well, they call it acute head trauma.
It
Acute
is.
head trauma.
It's acute head trauma, and it's because of the shaking, and it's because, as she said, is the immaturity of the and the
so much
strength of
room
the
between the
neck,
skull and the brain.
and then the jello-like of texture and of the baby's brain in the first place. But those bleeds go somewhere once those blood vessels are broken.
And one of the, I'm sorry, Dave. One of the things that they look for, the outward signs, is the bruising where you hold the chest, because usually if you're frustrated, you're going to squeeze.
Goodness,
Or
so
they
that's in
look
the
for
rib cage
they
area.
look for broken ribs, bruises. They look for maybe a child's jerked by an arm, is broken bones and things there. So they do some CAT scans and some things when they suspect it could be that. But sometimes there's no outward signs.
And sometimes there are. Sometimes there's bruising on the outside of the baby's skull and head.
Yeah, where the blood is pooling up.
Right, where the bruising.
That's got to be pretty severe.
And the sad thing is, it is 100% preventable.
Yeah.
And it's just putting yourself in check. Putting yourself in check and not harming that child.
Walk away. A baby has never died from just crying.
No.
Never
Never
shake
died.
a baby.
Never shake a baby.
See why I'm so proud to be associated.
You bet, man. I'm glad you got in touch. We
That's
need to take
all
a
I
break
can
at
say.
7:47 on this Thursday morning. We'll be right back after this.
Coming in 2018, DHF Archery Range, brought to you by DeerHunterFan.com TV and Steadyform. This 10,000 square foot indoor climate-controlled archery range will feature 3D targets, 3D pop-up, and state-of-the-art video shooting. DHF Archery Range will be open to the public and available for all ages. It's a great facility for hunters and archers alike, and located in the center of the Ozarks in beautiful Bull Shoals, Arkansas. That's DHF Archery Range, coming in 2018. Keep on the lookout for more details and their grand opening announcement soon.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Alzheimer's Arkansas announces their 2018 Mountain Home Hope for the Future on Friday, May 18th, 2018 at Christ Community Church at 759 Highway 62 in Mountain Home, Arkansas from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Free for family and friend caregivers, free financial support available for respite care, and free breakfast and lunch provided. For more information, you can call Alzheimer's Arkansas at 501-224-0021 or visit them at www.alzark.org/hope for the future.
Life is too short to wear boring clothes. Welcome to Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique, where we carry the latest trends and fashions and accessories at prices anyone can enjoy. Feel beautiful while looking fabulous with a large range of fashions that fits anyone's sense of style. You're sure to discover something unique and new at every visit. Shabby to Chic also features 12 professional stylists, aesthetics by Amy J, a nail technician, and 4 tanning beds. Excite your style at Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique in Mountain Home.
It's coming up on 7:50 on this Thursday, April 26th. More with Child Care Aware, and we've got some education materials we need to cover.
Well, and one thing that we do, we also offer disaster preparedness or emergency preparedness training. We teach child care facilities what to do in certain emergencies. They're very prepared for fire. This is tornado season. Most of them know exactly what they're going to do, and they have a plan. Licensing does require that they have a plan and that they have it filed with the local offices of emergency management. Who needs to know where the vulnerable populations are in a disaster? The OEM people. They need to know where they are. And so someone's light bulb went off and it's like, well, where are the children? So children are just as vulnerable as the elderly in nursing homes because they're dependent, and especially infants and toddlers that are not mobile, that cannot walk out. So we train child care facilities, and we have a training that we use through Save the Children, and we use this training and tell them to do these things at home. I went home and fixed a tornado bag and put in it. We have a basement under the stairwell. I have a tornado bag. I say tomato bag. You got me thinking gardening here, don't you? Yeah, you got me thinking gardening. Mine are not planted. Let me just say that.
Buy a turkey and once turkey sandwiches with tomatoes.
So I fixed one. It's like we need to practice what we preach.
Exactly.
So and so we show them what to put in a bag if they have to evacuate, what they need if they have to shelter in place, and reunification with the parent. Do you know how long it was when the last child was reunited with the last parent in Hurricane Katrina? Do you know how long it took? Take a stab.
2 days.
7 months.
Oh my word.
7
months.
Wow.
Months.
That's most of a year.
You think about it. They're taking them off of a roof. They get one. They come back. Who comes back to get the other one? The parent goes here. The child goes there. And we write their name and number with a Sharpie on their abdomen or on their arm or something. So we give them ideas and say, okay, the time to prepare for a disaster is before one happens. And the parents need to know where you're going to go if this disaster happens, where you're going to go if that disaster happens, where we will be if we have to, evacuate.
Some reason, growing up, I grew up in southern Illinois, farm country, corn country, southern Illinois. We'd go to the Illinois State Fair, and me and my brothers were just little bitty guys, 6, 7, 8 years old. Dad would put a tag on our shirts and have my name and address and the phone number, and then Dad would put on there the make, model of the car and the Illinois license plate. Because cell phones didn't exist in the 60s.
That's a prepared parent right there.
And so, if you got lost at the Illinois State Fair, Dad would say, if you get lost, you find an Illinois State policeman, and he show me what they look like, and you show him that tag, and they'll run that license plate number, and they can. That's all we had in the 60s.
That man was thinking ahead, and that's what you do. But when we show a video from Moore, Oklahoma, that Save the Children did, we did a 2-year project. So we also have items that we can help for safe spaces whenever there is a disaster or some type of emergency that shuts a facility down, or where they have parents that have had to go to some type of a shelter, to where they can deal with FEMA and all the different people that they have to if there's been loss of homes and things of that nature. So we have some things that have been provided to us through Save the Children, all of the child care resource and referral agencies, where we can kind of step in and help a little bit during those disasters.
Boy, y'all think outside the box a lot. There's a lot of information here. There's a lot of stuff here. We've got.
Okay.
Can we go through some of that stuff?
Yes.
There? Yeah.
So we try to provide resources for the staff of the preschools and daycares, and we want to help them to have curriculum. And so we know that teachers are really busy and that they are working with the children every second of their day. And so we want to help them have those things that they need to present their lesson plans and to have those extra things that they need that they would have to prepare outside of the classroom, and so it doesn't. So we try to prepare those things for them, and we also, in our resource rooms, we house curriculum that's approved by the state, and so. And it looks like this. It's housed in containers like this, and so this curriculum in particular is called Adventures in Learning, and so it's a preschool curriculum. But we also have curriculums for babies, for toddlers, for and for preschool age kids. And so inside this curriculum, and school age, before and after school, and then we also inside of this curriculum is an example of a lesson plan in case a teacher hasn't had that opportunity to learn about lesson plans, and then also all the books that are suggested in the curriculum are all housed in these kits too. So it's really, really convenient for them to use, and saves them so much time. And so, so these are just a couple examples of some of the books that are in this one curriculum. This curriculum is called Begin With Me, and it talks about children learning about themselves and how much they're loved from families.
The what's that? Eric Carle
from
Head to Toe.
From Head to Toe. This is a small one. Yeah. Guess How Much I Love You.
Who's the author on that one?
Okay, Sam McBratney.
And what we do with having this curriculum, we have a lot of other resources, but we have two resource centers. One is in Batesville, Arkansas. One is in Conway, Arkansas. So what we've done, we've started seeking other funding sources. We've had Rotaries, we've had some several different grants from different sources that have helped us put these in local libraries. I've had conversations with Kim Crochainer here at the Baxter Library. If we had funding, we would love to put this kind of thing in that library. It's worked wonderfully in Cleburne County. We have a set of all of the infant, toddler, and the preschool curriculum. The Rotary Clubs paid for it. They have two different Rotary Clubs there. They paid for it. We put it together. We have it there. We have it where they can check it out and the providers can use it.
That's right. So it's no cost. And also we provide a training how to help the teachers learn how to use the curriculum and present it in the classroom.
What's the cost on that packet right there? If you were to buy one packet right there and put it at Baxter?
Well, it comes in a set.
There's sets in I would say the average is about probably $75.
75?
$75 to $100, depending on the content. Some have 3 weeks worth of curriculum, some have 5. So it depends on what it is. Also, there's other curriculum like connecting literature and math, and depending on the manipulatives and the items that they're using for teaching tools, some of those can be a little bit more expensive. The infant boxes, the connecting with infants, that's a little bit more pricey because you're using things that can touch.
I figured it'd be a lot more than that, but less than $100.
Complete set's about $1,200.
Right.
Yeah.
The 9-month set.
And we're a nonprofit. We have to spend straw into gold, so we look for bargains. And when we can find some things on sale, if we can get multiples and get it cheaper, we do that. I mean, when you're a nonprofit, that's what you do.
But 2 more minutes, so we have to end the show. What else do we need to cover real quick? Bring the awareness.
There's something called Better Beginnings that you may have heard of on the radio. You may have seen some PSA or some TV spots about that. And Better Beginnings is Arkansas's quality rating and improvement system. And so that right now there's 3 levels, level 1, 2, and 3, or star 1, 2, and 3. And we have worked really hard the last 5 years to be able to help child care facilities to get into this program and then to advance the levels. So we got passing the baby going on here. So, you're going to make up for what you did, aren't you?
Redeeming yourself.
Yes, you're going to take care of that lovely baby. So if parents, providers are trying to achieve those higher levels of quality, we help them to try to achieve that and to be successful in that. And then parents are being more educated in what quality looks like. So a lot of parents don't know what it looks like. And the fact that they don't have choices is what keeps us up at night.
I would just like to say that we help providers and parents in every way we can, and most of the things that we do are at no cost.
Sound like y'all are bending over backwards.
We are.
To help the kids.
We do a lot of hand holding too for those that are in the trenches caring
Yes,
for
we do. And look, he really cares about the baby.
There you go.
We're sorry we asked you to shake that baby. That was mean.
These are the people that are going to be taking care of us in the nursing home someday. That's right.
We love our babies. We know it's true.
And these
it's shocking though to see the stats. Almost every night on the news you'll see so and so sentenced to 25 years for shaking a baby.
It's scary.
It is.
It is scary.
So it's education. That's what we're providing. As long as you're educated, then you know what you have to do.
And the main factor is I've learned something. The baby's going to cry.
Yes.
Walk. Make sure the baby's safe. Put it in the crib. Walk away. 10, 15. Take a break. 10, 15 minutes. Come back.
Get some brewed awakening coffee.
Get some brewed awakening coffee. Do something.
Step outside. Take some deep breaths. Do what you need to do. But
Or call somebody for help.
Yes.
And don't be ashamed to do that. A lot of times, then if I do that,
Take
I'm
turns.
a bad parent.
Have somebody you can take turns with.
Wow.
Ask for help, education.
Child Care Aware of North Central Arkansas. You have a phone number real quick?
Our 800 number is 737-2237. Our website is ccana.org. We have a lot of training available, and fall conferences and things like that. So call us if we can help you. We'd love to.